Assalamu alaikum. Today we are going to be presenting about engineering in society. To begin with, I want you to picture this with me. You're heading out of the door after grabbing your morning coffee from the machine. You enter your car and the GPS notifies you that your usual route to work has traffic. The routes are getting repaired, but you don't have to worry because your GPS suggests you another route. When you reach there and get out of your car, it hits you how hot the weather is. So you want to rush to your air-conditioned office. You swipe your employee card at the lobby and you press the floor number of your office in the elevator. You reach there, you power on all your gadgets, and you carry on with your day. Evening comes. It's time to head home. All you crave right now is a hot shower and sleep. From this scenario that I painted for you, you probably realize that you do all these actions with ease without thinking twice about them. Why? What makes you trust this routine? Or more precisely, who are responsible for this trust that you have? Next slide. Engineers. Now I know what images are going through your mind when I say engineers. Go to the pictures. True, but not just. Okay, go to the next slide. Okay, my name is Annab Hani, and these are Arhab and Faraz. All of us from the Faculty of Engineering, and today we are going to present to you the different types of engineering and how they increase the quality of life of our society. Next slide. Okay, the table of content. Okay, first of all, chemical. What is chemical? Chemical engineering is probably the branch of engineering that covers the widest range of areas of study. They work in a variety of fields as I am going to present to you in greater details. Next slide. From the pictures displayed here, you can see so many products that we use in our daily life. First of all, we're going to talk about packaging. A century ago, it was not possible to preserve food for a long time, or even if it was a difficult process and restricted to certain items only. Chemical engineers assess the characteristics of the item to be preserved and design a packaging for it. For example, they study pressure in fizzy drinks to make a can that will keep the drink carbonated until it's ready for consumption. Packaging made it possible for us to try food from different parts of the world and across time, like how we consume summer fruit in winter. Okay, the second point is food transformation. Another example that I can give you of the presence of chemical engineering in our house is dairy products. Most of us probably have milk in more than two forms. In our fridge, milk, cheese, cream, powder milk, yogurt. The process of transforming an item from one form to another is another function of chemical engineers. They design processes that make it possible for us to have these products. Next slide. Now I'm going to talk about household items. Like I mentioned earlier, chemical engineers package our item, but how about where we store these items? Our fridge. The fridge in itself is the work of chemical engineers. They design our fridge in such a way that it has different temperature in different levels. So we can store meat and an apple in the same fridge while being confident that both of them are going to be conserved. Speaking of cold, the air conditioning system is our house is our in our house. Also, has a chemical engineering behind it. They make it possible for us to stay in comfortable environment when it's damp and hot outside. Next slide. Transportation. For all the products that I have mentioned so far, to reach us, they need to be transported. And for that, we need the fuel that will power the engine of these transportations. Chemical engineers transform crude oil to fuel that we can use in our cars, in our cars, in airplanes, and even in ships. They made moving from one point of the world to another possible. I'm going to pass this presentation to Arhab to continue with the next point.
Hello everybody. I'm going to talk about electrical engineering. Next slide. Here I will start with electric cars. One of one of the first things drivers notice when switching to an electric car is the quietness of the vehicle, which creates a far more comfortable, relaxing driving experience. Therefore, it's easy to drive and fast enough. Also, electric car more cheap than petrol car. However, electric cars doesn't exist smokes from its engine, so it saves the environment from the global warming. And also, electric car doesn't need petrol, so this helps us to reduce the use of the petrol. Next, electricity. Since the bulb invention by Thomas Edison in 1879, electricity is the foundation of every country in this world. Without electrical engineers, society would go back to the caveman era as the world would lose power, a critical source of power. Electricity is used in powering mobile phones to street light to machines to all the electronic devices in your life to also to electric cars all the way to space station. Therefore, it is critical for electrical engineers to exist as their existence is needed to maintain and create new innovations that the world needs. Next, here we go to mechatronic engineering. We will start with automation and control. And automation engineers use technology to improve, streamline, and automate a manufacturing process. They are responsible for planning and implementations and monitoring of such technology. Commonly attributed to automation include higher production rates and increased productivity, more efficient use of materials, better product quality, improved safety, shorter works week for labor, and reduced factory lead time. As I mentioned in the slides, I will give you the benefits of automation and control. First, advantages commonly attributed to automation include higher production rates and increased productivity. Worker safer is an important reason for automating an industrial operations. Another benefit of automation is the reduction in the number of hours worked in average per week by factory workers. Next, here we come to the robots. Robots eliminate dangerous jobs for human because they are capable of working in hazardous environment. They can handle lifting heavy loads, toxic substances, and repetitive tasks. This has helped the companies to prevent many accidents, also saving time and money. And this is a great benefit for the society. No need for employers in your work and giving them salaries. You can only use robots to do everything. For example, also in your home, you can use them to clean your house or doing the missions which you need. Now I'm going to pass it to Firas.
Hello everyone. Now I will be talking about civil engineering. So before starting, we need to know what is civil engineering. Civil engineering has several specialization, which is construction management, environmental engineering, geotechnical engineering, structural engineering, transportation engineering, water resources engineering. And today we'll be focusing about the transportation engineering, which is specialized on the roads. So what maintaining roads? What is the maintenance of roads? Maintenance of roads is nothing but the art of keeping the existing road in a good working condition for proper function of traffic. Road maintenance plays important role in the lifespan of roads and highways. Moreover, it reduces the petrol consumptions of vehicles and it prevents the wear and tear of vehicle tires. So why we need this maintenance? So the necessity of the maintenance of these roads is to ensure safe and comfortable movement of passengers from place to place and goods as at all the time. Second, which is maintenance of the roads from time to time prevents the accidents caused to the faulty and damaged roads, as you can see here in the picture. And the third one, which is it keeps the safety of the road users and to decrease the inappropriate movement of traffic. And it's also it increase the life of the road, so it will save money for government and increase the economy. So the second point, which is improving the roads. So improving roads is the action of making the roads a better place than before by adding some feathers and techniques to make it safer and more comfortable for all the passengers. So one of the points which is the civil engineering do to improve the roads is reduce the traffic speed. Speed kills when it comes to traffic fatalities, and city planners who are the civil engineers can reduce the chances that a vehicle will collide with a pedestrian, the people who are crossing the streets, by merely lowering the speed limit in a dense traffic areas. Now I will show you a video on how civil engineers manage to design their roads in order to reduce the speed for safety road.
WHO and its partners have reviewed what measures can significantly reduce road traffic deaths and injuries. The result is Save Lives, 6 effective strategies for reducing the impact of road traffic crashes. Speed management is one of the 6 most effective strategies to make roads safer. The faster a vehicle is moving on the road, the more likely it is to be involved in a crash, resulting in injuries or even death. Speeding is a major risk factor, but speed management interventions can influence a driver's speed. Set speed limits appropriate to the function of the road. Enforce speed limits using speed cameras to identify offenders. And applying appropriate penalties such as demerit points on a driver's license. Modify roads to calm traffic, particularly where road users mix, with chicanes, roundabouts, road narrowing, and speed bumps. Finally, require car makers to install new technologies that can warn speeding drivers or even slow down the vehicle for them. Investing in speed management will save lives.
So as you can saw in this video, how civil engineers manage to save lives by reducing the traffic speed. So now the second, which is build complete streets. While many cities grow as a car were rising in popularity, today cities have the responsibility to design their roads with pedestrian and cyclists in mind, ensuring the safety of mixed usage on public roads is necessary. And complete streets mean that all type of users can utilize city roads efficiently and safely. So as you can see nowadays in the modern highways, you can find a place, specific roads for the people who are riding a motorcycle for the people who are riding motorcycles. So to separate them from the cars to avoid an accident. So that ensure that build complete streets so all the people can utilize the streets safely and comfortably. And the third point, which is install rumble strips and median barriers. So installing rumble strips, civil engineers designing or updating highways and roadways should install rumble strips on corners and centers, center lines that warn motorists of the line to that they are crossing the line of the streets, as you can see here in the picture, by producing a loud noise when tires hit on the strip and cause the vehicle to vibrate. The second one, which is the median barriers, as you can see here in the picture. Since roadway engineers first began installing median barriers to separate opposing traffic on divided highways, the strong structure have reduced the number of crossroad accidents. So this barrier saved the people from having an accident in crossroads. So now,
WHO and
in conclusion, we can notice that engineers have completely changed the world we live in, from modern homes, bridges, highways, cars, and the latest mobile technologies. Innovative ideas are the heart of what engineers do, and they use their knowledge to create new and exciting prospects and solve any problem that may arise. This means that engineers have responsibility and a great opportunity to ensure that they have a positive influence in society. Engineers makes it possible for people to live more easily and comfortably because we enable people to do more with greater certainty, less effort, less consumptions of materials resources, and less energy. All that adds up to less cost in any system of economics. And here is the references that we talk for the information for our presentation. And here is the end of our presentation. And if you have any questions, we would like to answer it. And you have any further questions or inquiries, you can contact us in our emails and social media. That was all, and thank you for your time and listening.